Look around. I see a lot of new faces. Shut up! Which means a lot of you have been breaking the first 2 rules of Fight Club. Man, I see in Fight Club the strongest and smartest men who've ever lived. I see all this potential, and I see it squandered. God damn it, an entire generation pumping gas, waiting tables, slaves with white collars. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate so we can buy shit we don't need. We're the middle children of history, man. No purpose or place. We have no Great War, no Great Depression. Our Great War is a spiritual war. Our Great Depression is our lives. We've all been raised on television to believe that one day we'd all be millionaires and movie gods and rock stars, but we won't. We're slowly learning that fact. And we're very, very pissed off.
How dare you anthropomorphize babies? Because they're not babies, they're fetuses. And fetus is not human. It's not a living thing.
She admits they're human. It's so stupid.
I know. I don't
They're
understand.
human beings, but they're fetuses, and I'm okay with moms killing them.
I've never heard anyone try their best to dehumanize something that's living.
A baby.
Like, literally. Like, it's your goal. What do you got against babies, lady?
Yeah.
Like, for real. It's another story. You guys have no idea what we're talking about.
It's a good one.
It is a great one.
But today's even better.
But today, quite possibly, maybe the greatest episode that we've ever produced.
Oh, I think so.
I think it quite possibly could be. You guys are just, remember this day, mark it on the calendar.
Yeah.
Today is the day when we launch the first episode of Twitter Fight Club with Strive Nation Podcast.
Woo!
It is going to be absolutely fantastic. I don't know why we didn't think of this earlier, but let's start the show. Hello and welcome to the Strive Nation Podcast, the podcast where we talk about the monotony of daily life. But hey, that's okay because sometimes that's exactly what you need in this crazy world. My name is Cory Estreen, and finally, I am back with my co-host and fiance. She has returned from the void, Taylor Huff.
Wow. Did you miss me?
Yes.
Yeah.
You don't know what it's like talking to yourself.
I do it all the time.
Well, okay. How are you this evening?
I'm good.
Good.
Full of energy. Ready to wow the peoples.
Yeah, we have to describe what this is to them.
Yes.
But what are you drinking?
Ooh, it is summertime and the living is easy. And I am drinking a twisted tea half and half. Half hard iced tea and half hard lemonade.
Very nice. So an Arnie Palmer.
With alcohol.
With alcohol, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes, I'm very excited.
You want to do the pop? Give the audience what they want. There we go. Yes. How refreshing.
I know. Have you had one of these?
I do not know, to be honest. Let me try.
All the college kids drink them. I don't care. I love it.
It's fine.
Oh, that was a really underwhelming response.
It is. It's fine. It's like...
It tastes like Arnold Palmer.
I mean, kind of.
What do you mean, kind of? It is an Arnold Palmer.
I'm an Arnie Palmer specialist. It does not taste exactly like that. I don't know if the alcohol does improves it at all. So
no, it's just to get you drunk.
Oh, well, that's okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, that's why the college kids drink it.
Yeah, this is just something. It's only 5%, so it's meant to like.
It's like a beer. Great.
Yeah, it is like a beer. Like this is like I'm gonna sit at the pool all day and I'm just gonna drink like 20 of these.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's good.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can play drinking games and everything.
You can. It's very crushable.
Not social advice.
I had 3 at the pool today, so I would know.
Well, good for you. Then she's speaking from experience.
Yes. Anywho, what are you drinking?
I am going to be drinking Freak Show canned Chardonnay
Wow, what a
in a baby can.
fancy man.
Yeah, here's your pop. Oh.
Ooh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, you like that, don't ya?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm tasting it. It goes down pretty smooth, to be honest.
Yeah.
It's pretty smooth. I am not angry about that.
I think it's better out of a glass. You don't get the tinny taste.
Yeah, the tinny taste. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that I understand.
But it's not.
Yep.
It's good wine. Decent
It is.
wine.
It is pretty good.
Yeah.
Okay, pause the show. Go get yourself a Beveragino, and we will wait. We're actually waiting right here for you to go.
Patiently.
Yes. Before we start the show, make sure that you go right now and follow on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at Strive Nation Pod for all the coolest content on the internet. And for you visual people, head over to YouTube and smash the subscribe button and like every video to show that you care. But first,
Upvotes and downvotes.
upvotes and downvotes. Did you miss this segment?
I did so much.
Well,
Lots to catch up on.
it's okay. You know, you can blow your load right now. What is your upvote?
My upvote, as you all know, I was missing from the last episode, and it was because I was in Wisconsin for my little sister's high school graduation.
Yeah.
And that's my vote. It was a lot of fun.
Well, good. At least you're spending your time in good ways. You know, you're not just gone from the podcast episode for random reasons. It's actually good reasons.
Yeah. I blew up about 500 balloons and made 4 different balloon arches.
Good.
And then I sang and I drank karaoke with a bunch of college kids. And I learned something from them.
Well, what was that?
They put marks inside their wrist for how many drinks they've had.
Such an idiot.
Yeah, it's like how many people you've killed.
Basically.
Yeah.
They don't do anything with the marks.
Yeah.
It's just there.
It's like a status, you know. It's a new
it's
way
like
to track
how
status.
many you can like rack up, I guess.
Yeah. Probably all bitches is probably like, I got 4, and they're like they're feeling proud about that.
Yeah, one of my sisters definitely only had like 4, and then my arm, it's like 5 inches long, and I'm like on drink 23 or something.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm totally fine.
Yeah. Did you call them peasants? I'm just kidding.
I did outdrink every single college kid.
Well, of course you did.
I was really proud of myself.
I'm proud of you too.
Honestly, that's kind of the highlight of my upvote was that I outdrank like 10 college kids.
Well, good.
Yeah, it was fun. What's your upvote?
I have been on Twitter Spaces and conference calls with a lot of influential crypto people in the last couple weeks. It's been lovely.
That's cool.
Yeah, like people with hundreds of thousands of Twitter followers and like these millionaires and things. And
Whoa.
it's so odd to me. It's a little out of my depth, but I'm enjoying it. And it's so interesting because I feel like people in Web3 connect much easier with each other than people currently do outside of the industry. Like it's a lot easier if you have an artist who wants to share their passion. They can share their passion with a lot of with people on an individual one-on-one basis a lot easier than right now. For example, if you're like Taylor Swift or something,
Yeah.
you know, going on a podcast or something. Like she can't talk to those people. Not really. I mean, the
Yeah.
podcasting thing has blown up and people are like utilizing it to like, hey, we have a question here, but you got to pay like $100 for them to answer it.
Yeah.
So I think just the medium, the crypto blockchain medium is really useful for that. So it's like really cool to talk to some of these people.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, cool. Okay, what's your downvote?
My downvote. I've gotten rid of Sephora. I've gotten rid of Ulta. Now my beloved Target has joined the no shop list.
I'm sorry for you.
Yes. Target came out with a Pride collection, which they do every year, and it's usually fine. It's just a bunch of rainbows and like stupid shit. This year, they made tuck-friendly swimsuits in sizes from toddler to like Lizzo.
Bro.
And then they put like, I don't know, like a hot pink jumpsuit that says like queer on the back. It's not appropriate.
Yeah, because if you're a child, that's what you're thinking about.
It's like, yeah, Mom, I really want to wear this jumpsuit that says queer on it. What's queer mean? Like, it's just so stupid.
It's like, why do you want sexual orientation and identity on children's clothing?
Yeah,
that's kind of weird.
Why do you want kids to wear a t-shirt about you scissoring someone?
Yeah, that's a little weird.
That's so pornographic and like pedophilic.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Back to the denigration of society anyways.
Exactly. So because of that, I'm not shopping at Target. I have made a vow that I will not shop there for all of June. I would like to stop shopping there forever. Do I know myself? Yes.
I mean, honestly, that's pretty easy. You can go anywhere else, literally. It's a convenience store.
No.
Okay, well, I disagree because I don't have to shop there at all for anything.
I go to Target on Saturdays after the farmer's market. I get an iced matcha and I listen to my podcast and I walk around like every other Saturday.
Wow, that's...
Don't say sad.
Yes.
Look, I'm just curious. I want to see all the home decor. I want to see the clothes. I want to see what makeup they have. I don't always buy something.
It's freaking Target, man.
I don't know, okay? I'm a white girl and Target is my mecca. So, I will not shop there for the month of June. I'm going to try and make it through July as well. And that's my downvote.
Okay, well, I'm pushing for you.
Okay, thank you. Pray for me.
I will pray for you.
Thank you. What was your downvote?
My downvote is that I scratched the piss out of my windows.
Really bad.
Yeah, like, think of this. Think of someone taking...
A panther?
No, I would say like a metal Brillo pad and just rubbing as hard as they can all over the windows.
Because that's what you did.
That's kind of what I did. Here's the thing. So I had a Scotch-Brite pad. It was non-metallic, only plastic, but it still scratched my windows. Now I have to get them all repaired.
Ooh.
And I am very upset about this.
Yeah.
Because I'm one of those people that like has high disgust sensitivity. So seeing those scratches constantly, I'm just driving down the road and I'll look back just because I know it's there. And I'll look through the window and make sure I can still see that, guys. It's a problem. It is a problem, and I'm working on it. But that is my downvote.
You're driving and someone thinks you have road rage, and no, it's just you fuming over your windows.
Yeah, it's like a serious problem.
Yikes.
Yeah.
Yikes, yikes, yikes.
So, anyways, moving on to the real topic, the only reason that you all should be here. This is quite possibly, like I said before, the greatest episode that Strive Nation Podcast will ever release.
Ever.
Yeah, I think I said that.
Oh.
Trust me. Everything's gonna be fine.
Welcome to Fight Club. The first rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club. The second rule of Fight Club is you do not talk about Fight Club.
Welcome to the first episode of Twitter Fight Club. Now, what is Twitter Fight Club, do you ask? Well, we should actually describe what Fight Club is, period.
Fight Club is a movie from 1999. For all of you youngins who have never seen it. It's a film about two men pushing against institutional norms. It's a fantastic movie. It's a movie absolutely everyone should watch if they haven't watched it. But it's about a depressed man suffering from insomnia. He meets a strange soap salesman named Tyler Durden and soon finds himself living in a squalid house after his perfect apartment is destroyed. The two bored men form an underground club with strict rules and fight other men who are fed up with their mundane lives. Their perfect partnership breaks when Marla, a fellow support group crasher, attracts Tyler's attention. So that's what the film's about.
Yeah, and it's actually a cult classic, super popular. It's got Edward Norton in it and Brad Pitt. And Brad Pitt's young, so you know he's going to have good pecs and good abs.
Oh, yeah. He's shirtless in most of the movie.
Yeah.
It is nice. It's a weird movie, but it's really good.
No, it's an absolute fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Plus, it has bitch tits in it.
Bob had bitch tits.
Wow.
It's an inside joke. If watching a movie, you'll get it. All right, but the whole thing about Twitter Fight Club, and specifically Fight Club, is that there are rules to Fight Club.
Yes.
As said in the movie. Anyone who watched the movies know this, okay? Mm-hmm. There are 8 rules, and you must obey the rules in order to participate in Fight Club.
Yes.
Okay?
We
Now-
have created our own Twitter Fight Club rules.
Yes, there are very, very important, specific Twitter Fight Club rules that you must abide by.
Yes.
Those rules are...
Number 1, you do not talk about Twitter Fight Club.
Never speak of it. Doesn't come up in your mouth.
No.
You do not talk about Twitter Fight Club. Rule number 2, you do not talk about Twitter Fight Club.
Number 3, if a leftist admits they are wrong, the fight is over. Yes.
Rule number 4, Wikipedia is not a source. Okay? Drop that shit.
Number 5, multiple fights have to happen at one time.
Yeah, the rule is you have to pick as many fights as possible
Yes.
within a Twitter thread. Okay?
1 against 20, 1 against 50. The more, the better.
Exactly. Rule 6, no name calling. You must keep a level head. Keep your cool. Okay? This is about you against the horde.
Yes. Number 7, fights will go on as long as they have to.
Yep, at least until your phone battery dies.
Yes.
Yes. Remember that you are standing up for conservatives, okay?
Yes.
This is important. And the last rule, number 8. If you didn't fight this time, you have to fight next time.
I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
So, if I pick a fight this time, Taylor has to pick a fight next time, or perhaps we'll have guests on that have to pick a fight.
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll be absolutely fantastic. Welcome.
To Twitter Fight Club.
Let's get into it. Cory picked a fight on Twitter while Taylor was gone. So we're going to do this kind of interesting, okay? Obviously, I picked the fight.
Yes.
You're going to read all the dissenting opinions and the others' tweets. And I'm going to read all of the tweets that were by me.
Okay, so you're going to be your own voice. I'm going to be the horde.
Okay, so the original tweet.
The original tweet came from Nina Turner. She said, normal people tend to stay respectful and keep it moving. Constantly being obsessed with other people's gender identity is weird behavior. You have your audience so fixated on LGBTQIA+ issues so they won't fight a class war. Okay, the response to that tweet by a conservative Twitter user, he said, Nina, how is it disrespectful to insist that words have meaning? And why have you wasted all of this time tweeting around the issue instead of simply answering the question, what is a woman? Okay, so Nina Turner, she then decides to tweet back. Already answered the question. If someone says they're a woman, believe them and move on. This fight makes you a lot of money though. And while you have your audience mad about trans folks, Bud Light and Target, yeah, that's me. Our government just cut spending by cutting benefits for poor folks, yet spend more money on the military-industrial complex on a bipartisan basis. Your fight and mission is harmful to trans people and divides the rest of the working class to satisfy the 1%. That's why Elon Musk constantly co-signs you. You're doing the bidding of the ultra-wealthy.
All right, and who is Nina Turner?
So, according to her Twitter profile, she says she's an educator, activist, senior fellow at Race Power Policy, because that doesn't sound racist.
I don't know what a senior fellow is.
A senior bullshitter?
As opposed to a junior fellow? Like,
what's a fellow?
I don't know. Anyways.
Okay, at Race Power Policy, because that doesn't sound like racist at all.
Right, yeah.
Doesn't sound sketch. Former Ohio State Senator and professor, and she's a host of the Unbossed YouTube channel.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that what that means?
Is that the Young Turks?
Unbossed?
TYT isn't that Young Turks?
Oh, it is Young Turks.
Yeah, so
so she has
a
show,
segment, yeah.
She has a show with Young Turks called Unbossed.
Right. So, and here's the other thing, is she's a former Ohio State senator.
Yikes.
Crazy. And I decided to pick a fight with this lady.
You did.
I did pick a fight with this lady. So in response to her tweets, okay, this back and forth, I decided to say, yikes, if I decide to identify as a black leopard, that doesn't mean that people have to respect that choice. And furthermore, I don't corner the market on objective truth, despite my belief that I am indeed a black leopard. The fact that you're an ex-professor and struggle with these realizations is appalling.
Ooh, sick burn.
Okay, so what do you think about my response? All right, not too bad?
Yeah, I think it's pretty laid out there. I can say I'm a black leopard. You don't have to respect my opinion of thinking I'm a black leopard. You don't have to let me shit on your carpet.
Well, the whole thing is it's a metaphor for objective reality, right? It's like what people choose, subjective versus objective reality, what choose to believe regardless of whether it's true or not. You know, I can believe that the sky is red. That doesn't mean that it's actually red. It may be blue.
That doesn't mean everyone else also has to believe that it's red.
Right, especially when the
and they don't have to indulge you on it.
Right, that's especially when like logic and science dictate otherwise, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, that's what I said. I got over 7,000 impressions on the tweet, 66 hearts, 4 retweets, and a hell of a lot of comments. And we're going to go through those comments.
Ooh, okay. So, here's Runamuck's fight with you. I don't know what their gender is. They say, I don't think you understand the science of gender, or you would see how silly your analogy is. There is X, Y, and a segment of people who do not neatly fit into the norm DNA chain. At least respect that part of science.
And then I reply, so Run Amok, from their Twitter profile, they have a United States flag and it has Muslim on it. Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has a Muslim. It has a black kid sleeping, I think. I'm not sure. He's laying down. And then the profile picture it looks of
2 children.
Yeah, 2 children from like a Middle Eastern country, maybe. Is that right? Indonesia, maybe. I'm not sure. They're not from America.
Well, no,
Okay.
I'm thinking more like Ethiopia.
Ethiopia? Oh, okay. So yeah, that Ethiopia. So the Twitter profile in the actual bio has what is there really to say? It's got like pretty much all-inclusive emojis under the sun, meaning this person is extremely progressive. That's what it says to me.
They have the cross in there, though.
They got literally everything. I mean, they have a peace symbol. They have a strawberry. Not sure what that means.
What does strawberry mean?
I don't know. They got a running man, a panda.
They got a puff.
Yeah.
They smoke.
So I'm not sure. Maybe they just really like emojis. Either way, so they try to appeal to the whole science of gender and how silly my analogy is. Apparently, there's an X and Y, a segment of people who do not neatly fit into the normal DNA chain. Here's the problem that I have with that. Is that the normal DNA chain, when people say that, they are using the exception to prove the rule. Yes, there are not people who fit directly into that DNA chain, but those people are less than 1% of 1% of 1% of 1%. That you cannot use the exception to prove the rule. Just because you have intersex people, it doesn't mean that it's suddenly a spectrum. You still have 99.99999% of people that are man or woman.
Yeah, so their example is only for intersex, but they're really trying they're trying to use intersex to allow space for trans people, which is just like really. So you're using intersex, which is science, to explain something that is absolutely not science.
Yeah, that's my problem with it.
Like, that makes no sense.
Here's my response to it. Intersex individuals historically represent less than 0.005% of the population. I'm not speaking to those individuals. Good faith argument here for 99.05% of humans for 100% of history. Just historically speaking, there's never been a discussion to gender and sex being on a spectrum for all of human history.
Yeah.
For whether you think the world's 8,000 years old, if you're a Christian versus... Even if you believe the Earth is 300 billion years old, and you're one of those Big Bang theorists, people have never debated that there are 2 genders until the last
15
years, maybe.
Yeah,
that's my point. So for nearly all of human history, this has not been a debate.
All right, so Sister Suffragosaurus,
suffrage.
Sister Suffragosaurus.
That's right. It's a play on suffrage.
I know, but I can't.
Who's the idiot now?
All I want to say is, like, I only see dinosaur in the back half of that word, and I can't say anything else. Okay, anywho. Dave W. LOL, trans people have existed since ancient times.
He's not wrong. Intersex people have existed for forever, like I said. My reply to that is, actually, first of all, he mispronounced trans and he said trams.
Oh my god, I read his tweet wrong. Trans people have existed since ancient times.
All right, and I responded saying, actually, trams are a fairly new technology. Not sure when they were invented.
Get it, guys?
Oh, this is interesting. So someone actually deleted their tweet as well. Someone actually responded to me and then ended up deleting it. It was a Wikipedia page showing the existence of trans people. And I responded...
In ancient times?
In ancient times, yes. Yes, a history by Wikipedia of trans people.
Wow.
And I responded...
Wait. Rule number 4. Wikipedia is not a source.
Wikipedia is not a source, friends.
Yes.
Do not get your sources from Wikipedia.
So what'd you say?
I said, you did not just link Wikipedia. I never denied the existence of transgender people throughout history.
Here comes Dave W. again. I see my typo now. I'm going to say you won that one. That was pretty easy.
Yeah, 1-0 with Dave.
Yeah.
Okay.
1-0 Dave.
Well, good.
Okay, now, next fighter, Daniel Payne at Pays Dan. Ooh, Danny Boy, he sings on his Twitter bio.
Yeah, he has a couple of...
He's from Chattanooga.
Oh, he's from Chattanooga, so a fellow Tennessean. Lovely.
On the wrong side.
Very
you can leave
cool.
the state.
Okay, well, there's that.
All right, so Daniel says to you, a different species is totally the same argument as different genders. Obviously, he's being a sarcastic asshole.
Yeah, he's being facetious.
Yes.
And I respond to Mr. Payne saying, it has nothing to do with gender or species. It's a comment on subjective belief. That's my big thing is people always get caught up in these arguments. They're like really, really stuck on my metaphor for the leopard for subjective belief.
Yeah.
Like I could have chosen, the realization people aren't getting to is that I could have chosen anything other than a leopard and the argument would still be the same. It has nothing to do with the leopard. The fact that people are getting hung up on it doesn't make any sense to me.
No, because you can replace leopard or panther or whatever with, I can say I'm a lady and believe that I'm a lady, but I don't have to force you to believe it. Like you can replace with anything, including the gender, female and male, but they all get all up in arms about it. Jared Cohen decided to join your guys' argument and said, a subject you apparently don't understand because the idea that we are reducible to physical traits borders on eugenics thinking.
Okay, so does anyone know what eugenics is?
Okay, so eugenics is the scientifically erroneous and immoral theory of racial improvement and planned breeding. It gained its popularity during the early 20th century. Eugenicists worldwide believed that they could perfect human beings and eliminate so-called social ills through genetics and heredity. So basically, these scientists thought they could create like the perfect humans in what were in their eyes, and then basically weed out all other humans.
Yeah, so this person, Jared, is trying to equate me with a eugenicist, which I don't necessarily know where that line of thinking is drawn because
you're not the scientist chopping off people's penises.
Well, there's that, yeah. I'm not chopping off little kids' ding dongs. Okay,
wouldn't they be the eugenists creating a superior
that
race?
is actually technically that's true.
Superior human being.
It's like, oh yes, you don't need this penis. Slice.
Yeah, they're the ones slicing and dicing and like Frankensteining people to create people in the eyes of what they think they should be.
Yeah, and a more perfect human for these people. It's like the mad scientist, never good enough. You keep hacking away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Huh. Suck it, Jared.
I don't understand. Like, that's the other thing, Jared. I don't really get where you draw that line because I'm the one who's just using, I'm comfortable with my own basic biology. Like, I'm not the one trying to form fit everyone based on just affirmation of identity.
What did you say to him?
So I said, I don't care about whatever it is you think I'm being reductive on. Biologically, human females cannot transition to males and vice versa. Again, my position on this should have nothing to do with a person who believes they are trans. But somehow, here we are.
Jimmy Coldwater wanted to join in to your guys's. Wow, you got like 3 against 1 right now, huh?
Oh, no, it's like literally like 50 against 1.
Oh.
There's a couple people that bolstered me, white knighted me. Not that I need it because I can handle myself.
Yeah.
Anywho,
Jimmy Coldwater says to you, LOL. So your reasoning here is just they can't. So you should probably drop this debate if you can't even back up your own points. Yeah, because they can't transition from female to male.
I don't know how this is a thing where people are suddenly believing that biologically human females and vice versa can transition to the other gender and 100% biologically.
You can't change your chromosomes.
You cannot change your chromosome. That's exactly. Here's the other thing. I did not say females cannot transition to males and vice versa. I said biologically human females cannot transition. I threw biologically in there. Look, if you guys have a question about chromosomes, I'm not a doctor. A well-known fact of life is the chromosomes, the XYZ chromosomes.
Yeah, you can't change your chromosomes.
Yeah, I here's the thing is he wants me to back that up and post that. I don't think I need to for my point to be logical and rooted in science.
Science.
Yeah, literally if that's
third
a question,
grade science.
Look, if we're going to debate basic biology, then I've got nothing for you, man.
Yeah.
I've got nothing for you. He wants me to do that. Oh, we're gonna show this one. So another person replied to me, and this was just for funsies. But people on Twitter really like to troll each other. And the biggest troll emoji and meme is the clown emoji. So anytime you call a person a clown, it's they're a farce, they're a joke, they're a big joke.
Okay.
And so you post a clown emoji.
Yeah.
So someone posted 6 clown emojis at me.
Okay. So you're a big joke.
Yes. And what is my response?
You sent back a picture of a clown waving goodbye.
Yes, indeed.
It's so funny.
Guys, if you could only see this, eventually when we have video, we're going to show all this and you're going to absolutely love
Oh my
this.
God, I know. That's so funny. Oh, Jimmy Coldwater back at it again. Maybe keep it in the species. How about that for a rule of thumb?
Okay. So my response to Mr. Jimmy Coldwater, who seems to spend his day commenting here. People get stuck up on the leopard metaphor out of all things. It's not a comment on animals. It's a statement about subjective reality. It doesn't change the argument. You'd like me to change the reference point because it's easier for the trans ideology to hold water.
Jimmy, no, it's truly not. It's a dumb and simplistic response to the absurdly complex issue.
Yeah, so despite when...
Dumb and simplistic. The point is that it's simplistic because you can't do it.
Well, here's the thing, is I used a leopard. I could have used literally anything. I think Ben Shapiro at one point puts in his famous YouTube video where Ben Shapiro Destroys videos way back in the day.
Yeah.
He made the reference to... He called this girl a moose. Do you remember that video?
No, I don't.
Yeah, he's like, are you a moose? And she goes, what? He's like, can you identify as a moose? And she's left completely speechless. I'm basically using the exact same argument here. You can't identify as a moose, just like you can't identify as someone as the opposite gender.
Yeah.
You're biologically not that.
No.
The reality of the situation is matter makeup, the matter that is in your body, is not that thing that you identify as, despite your brain believing that.
It cannot change.
Yes.
You have dysphoria.
Yes.
Also, it's not even that dumb because people freaking identify as animals and they're called furries.
Yes, that comes up in this. That comes up in this thread.
People identify as animals now when they're human beings. So it's really not that dumb because it is happening.
Yeah. But crazy. The whole point of the metaphor is to show subjective versus objective reality. That's the point.
Well, I think it's easy to say that you definitely beat out Jimmy Coldwater.
Well, here's the thing, is people, on things they don't understand, and arguments they're not going to win, they usually call their opposition dumb or stupid when they have nothing else to say, which is actually what it says. It's not true. It's a dumb and simplistic response to an absurdly complex issue. It's really not. It's really not an absurdly complex issue. Over the last 20 years, you've had more people identifying as trans than the cumulative history of intersex people collectively.
Yeah.
Literally, I bet you have more trans people now than the last 1,000 years collectively.
Oh, easily. And
you think that's just random people feeling comfortable now about coming out? Yeah. Or do you think it's people that are confused that their parents are pushing this on them? Their colleges have been pushing them for 20 years. Progressive ideology, feminist ideology.
Yeah.
Postmodern Marxist ideology crashing down on these kids and them not completely losing our Judeo-Christian values that America was founded on. You don't think it has anything to do with this? Because here's the other thing. Other countries don't have this problem, guys.
That's true.
They think freaking stupid.
Yeah.
Just letting y'all know.
Trying to laugh at us.
They all laugh at
I know.
us. So yes, moving on. Jared Cohen. He's back at it again. He likes anime, so that's kind of neat.
Oh my god, his bio.
What does it say?
I'm going to read all of this, okay? Real quick. 36. White. Cis man. Pronouns. Ace. Arrow. Or he, him. I don't know what the fucking ace is, but apparently he's one. Hashtag actually autistic. Hashtag animation. Hashtag film. Hashtag anime. Hashtag DCC comics. Hashtag D&D. Actually autistic?
Congratulations. Okay.
like, are people being like, I'm autistic, and he just gets so sick of being like, actually, I'm actually autistic. You have it in your Twitter bio.
Okay, so read Jared's next
Okay.
comment to me.
Jared, pronouns, ace, arrow. Objective truth is an oxymoron. Truth is not assessed independent of the mind, and it isn't all purely concrete anyway. Where the fact would be independent of the mind, but the approach is not absent minds. You paid for Twitter. Grow up with your petty insults.
Okay, so first off,
Wait. Objective truth is an oxymoron?
yeah, I honestly don't. I'm gonna be
I
perfectly
don't
honest.
understand what he's saying.
I understand. Like, I fancy myself a pretty smart guy,
Yeah.
intellectually savvy. I don't understand what the hell this guy just said.
I stumble over some of these because I'm reading it and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. Truth is not assessed independent of the mind. What? And it isn't all purely concrete anyway, where the fact would be independent of a mind, but the approach is not absent minds. Bro,
I don't think he said anything. I literally don't think he said
No,
anything.
he didn't. The most he said was, you paid for Twitter.
Right. So, I mean, that was a jab. That was like, hey, first of all, he's probably not going to understand this because it's a bunch of gibberish. But then he had to throw in the insult. That's what progressives like. Whenever they're
Yeah.
losing an argument or they're
It's
upset at
easy.
the person, they usually try to attack them. And that's what he did. You paid for Twitter. Which, here's my response to that. Not an insult, just an observation. And yes, I pay for Twitter because I love Twitter. I fail to see how that relates to the conversation at all.
Yeah, clearly.
Literally, what is me paying for Twitter Blue have anything to do with this conversation? That's how you know, disingenuous comment,
Yeah.
that it's not about having a discussion, it's about attacking people who you disagree with.
Exactly. Jared says, because it's you posturing that somehow paying into something means you are better than those who use it for free. The blue check isn't the flex you think it is. So you went from fighting about ideology and now you're fighting about Twitter blue checks.
No, well, and he's the one who brought it up. First of all,
Yeah.
if he's the one who assumes I'm posturing, I didn't say anything about that. It's like, okay, so if I buy a nice thing, does that mean I'm flexing on everyone? Or do I just like the nice thing?
You just like the
Here's the thing. If you make a comment on how I have a nice thing and it's upsetting you, isn't that your insecurity about not being able to have the nice thing?
It is.
Like, the same thing. Is this guy jealous because I have a blue Twitter check? Is that what that is?
that he could also purchase for $8?
That's what I'm saying. Is like, I don't think it's a flex. I didn't.
No.
Like, I'm not the one. I wanted the blue Twitter check and I paid for it, and I like Twitter Blue.
It just shows that he has nothing to add to the argument, so he just needs to insult you. Am Leslie. Back to the real conversations, okay? Am Leslie says to you, black leopards are not socially constructed. Stay in your lane. Again, not understanding the point of it.
No comment. You know, guys, there were so many people. I can't comment to everyone.
No.
And also, here's the other thing.
It's not worth a comment.
Some of these that are well thought out posts I'll comment on, but some are just attacks and some don't really mean a whole lot, so I
Yeah.
didn't even take the response to comment on them. I'm looking for productive discussion here.
Yes.
Even though it's a fight and I'm going to beat the crap out of them intellectually, I want it to be worthwhile.
Okay, let's run through some others you didn't respond to really quick. Okay. Andrew Oates says, the fact that you care so much is weird. Jeremites, I respect your right to identify as black leopard.
I appreciate you, Jeremiah.
Thank you. Alrighty, so now that your next person you picked a fight with, his name is Derek. His picture is a rubber ducky. Oh my god, that's so funny. His Twitter banner says marked safe from being indicted. That's funny. And then he says, so Derek says, I don't care if you identify as black leopard. It means you can't use either bathroom.
And in response, I said, not true. Depending on which gender of leopard I decide, I can use either.
Derek says, no, bathrooms are for humans, not leopards.
And I reply, well, now you're being speciesist.
Derek says, no, bathrooms are built for humans. Go pee in the forest.
This was just fun.
That was fun. That was nice.
But as you can see, I'm basically using leftist jargon to prove how stupid it is.
Exactly.
The speciesist, the gender of
gender
leopard.
yeah.
For bathrooms, yeah, exactly.
Okay, next round. Flemstar says, go and start identifying as a black leopard. No one is stopping you. I dare you. Grow that soft, thick fur and develop a taste for gazelle.
I love it.
That's funny. Twitter's a fun place for some of that stuff. It's very memey. Now, on to the real next fight, okay? Matthew Ellis. He's a really moody profile picture with black nail polish. And his profile says, a real-life Florida man and comedian living in New York City.
A comedian with 45 followers. I love it.
Interesting. Okay, so Matthew says, the fact that you struggle with basic grammar is telling enough. Great, you identify as a black leopard. Fine. More concerned if you make a living wage and have healthcare and access to clean water, no matter your class status, because that matters more than your gender identity.
And I responded, got him with the grammar insult. Typical, I suppose. You can have the grammar. I'll take the debate.
Ooh. Matt says, caring more about what people choose to identify as, and if it's correct or not, then whether or not people have health care, a livable wage, and access to being safe isn't a debate. It's literal bigotry.
Well, that's normal.
Why you join this conversation and not even talk about gender identity? You're here to talk about like classism and
well, that's
whatever
because
bullshit.
that's what Turner had brought up. She was upset at the fact that the original conservative poster was talking
right.
about that. That's
like, why are you
right,
so
why,
concerned
you should
about
be,
this?
We should be talking about class status and etc. It's
Oh my
always
God.
it's always a fight against the wealthy, is what it is.
Yeah. He's stupid. Sorry, no name calling. But, okay, that wasn't a very well-formulated argument, sir. Okay, next person. Skip. Pronouns. They, them. They've got some shades on that says vibes. Skip says, way to say you're psychologically and intellectually on par with jungle cats.
Yep. Another, no proof, no...
Aren't jungle cats, like, actually incredibly intelligent?
I mean, yeah. But, again, people insulting because they have nothing else better to say. I responded, I'd encourage you to engage in discussion rather than just throw epithets out because you don't like what someone says. Clutch.
Also, jungle cats have a matriarchy. The women go out and hunt. The female jungle cats hunt while the males protect the young. Boom. Skip. Maybe you should be more like a jungle cat. Next fight is with Mags. Yep, I have 5 followers. It's the price I pay for having a life.
I think that's an excuse to be unpopular.
Pronouns. She, her, bot.
Oh, dear.
I don't know what a bot is.
Like a robot, maybe?
Oh, shut up. If you wanted to identify as a black leopard, then you could. It wouldn't affect me or harm anything. So why would I care?
Nah, yeah, that's the big thing. Why do you care so much? Why do you care so much? That's what people say.
Say your response and then answer to it.
So I say, because the erosion of truth in our society is exponentially making people less happy and more depressed. The clinical data is quite clear on this. Cause and effect exists in everything, most of all culture.
Exactly. And then Mags responds with, where's the clinical data? I can link plenty of studies that show people are happier after transitioning.
So I didn't respond.
That's false.
And also that's false.
We've talked about it before on the show.
Yeah, I should have asked her what the clinical data and have her post it. Hopefully she didn't post Wikipedia because obviously that's...
Doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't count. It's rule number 4. But yeah, I didn't comment on this one, but obviously we know that's not true. Moving on to the next. Running almost to the end here, guys.
Oh my goodness. Kobe is from Arizona. Suns, ASU, Cards, D-Packs.
D-backs, defensive back.
Oh, so he's a big sports person.
And then on top of it, he's got a Pokemon Twitter banner. So I appreciate that, okay?
Dang.
I really appreciate that. Okay.
Cool. Kobe says, no, bro. If you trying to identify as an animal that is outside the scope of gender identity, we're just talking about being respectful and kind to others. Whatever gender you choose to identify with or neither is fine.
And technically, I agree with him. The problem I have here...
Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be. I don't have to indulge you in your delusions.
Right. So that's what I basically replied to him. I say, I can be kind to others without affirming their identity. I don't owe anyone that, and they shouldn't require that from others as well.
Truth. Kobe says, see, that's where you're wrong. Wrong side of history with the dickhead mentality. Also, have you ever worked in an office? Do you know what a POS you would be to be the only one on the team who keeps referring to Sarah as he, him? Also, you'd get fired.
Yeah, I did not comment to Kobe.
Oh, and then Kobe also says, because no one wants to I think that's supposed to be work, Kobe, with a bigoted, combative piece of shit loser all the time, not productive or professional. Like,
obviously, it's an unproductive conversation.
Yeah.
He's just throwing out names. But here's my point, is if I was in an office with someone who identified, I would do my best to respond to them in a way that they identify. If they were a man and they went by she, I would try. I really would. I've done that.
You have tried.
And I do have it right. And where I work, I do have a transgender person that I do my best to respond to as she, despite
looking like a male.
Looking sort of like a male, which is, it's not, I mean, no fault. It's just like, I think a big part of it is intent, right? Mm-hmm. Is like, if I'm not being intentionally mean or, insulting to the person.
Yeah.
I think it's okay. The point is where, like, here's the thing. It's not really my prerogative to figure out whether this person is a male or female.
Yeah.
If they tell me, hey, like, I'm a female and I identify this way, it'd be cool if you said that. And I would, right? But the point is, if this person is a male, I don't have to forego all the truth and knowledge that I know of that if you're biologically male, I don't have to think that they're actually female.
Yeah.
The point is when most people don't really get to the practicals of transgenderism. It's like, hey, you identify, cool, we'll respect you, we'll tell you that that's what it is, but as soon as you push on people that you're an actual female when you're not, that's when I have a problem.
Same. I have a problem when someone's transitioned from male to female and they start telling me that they have cramps. Like, that's when you've taken it too far. Because we all know you're not having period cramps right now. Like, that's when you're, like, fully delusional. And, like, I will not entertain that. I'll be nice and I'll call you the pronouns you want. But I'm not going to indulge you in you saying that you have menstrual cramps. Like, that's way too far.
Right.
Or that you can't wait to be a mother. And be like, parent, you're wrong.
All right, use my first tampon.
Fucking Jesus.
Dylan Mulvaney.
Yeah.
It's like, where does this go? I've never used this before.
In your butthole because you still have a dick.
Yeah, right. You probably bleed from the ass more than you do anything.
Because you can, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know where I'm going.
Okay, we have one more comment here that we are
Okey-dokey.
looking to get through.
Karma mechanic. Oh, Lord. Okay, first of all, it's her and her husband with a Hamilton program, like the musical, which makes me sad because I like Hamilton. Her bio says, it's often amazing to me what people believe. Okay, that sounds like kind of fine. Then her banner says, praise well with others, and we got Judaism, Christianity, Islam. I don't know the others.
I don't know them either.
One
there's
with like
a moon,
a sun, a moon and a star.
It's like Egyptian or something.
This looks straight up like the rebellion from Star Wars.
Yes, it does. Yes.
One looks like a snowflake.
Yeah, one does. Yeah.
Maybe she praised the snowflakes.
Yeah, maybe. Never know.
Maybe
What did she say?
Karma says, the sheer stupidity of this tweet is stunning.
Okay, and rule number 6 is no name calling.
Yeah.
You got to keep a level head.
Yes.
You got to respond to the tweets without getting angry. Okay.
Right.
It is up to us to hold the intellectual high ground. Okay. Mm-hmm. I just respond. Tell me why with an ear emoji.
Tell me why.
Ooh, all right. Karma tells you, Let's start with a panther is not a category of human. So there is that. Second, you're going to live your life as a panther. Should I go on? What? That's so...
Well, her point is that her point is basically saying big deal. So if you want to live as a panther, live as a panther. And my response, the statement has nothing to do with species or gender. It's a statement about subjective reality and requiring/forcing others to affirm it. And no, I don't go live my life as a panther. I live my life as someone in denial about being a panther.
It's amazing. It really
So
is.
how do we do?
I think you did pretty well.
Yeah? The first Twitter Fight Club battles?
Yes.
And they were okay?
You definitely came out on top.
Good.
You won.
Didn't lose my head?
Nope.
I would say, I won about 75, 80% of those? Or you think it's pretty much close to 90?
I would say
I didn't-
100%.
Well, 100%. I didn't respond to all of them either, so there is that.
You didn't. I will say 90% because you had opportunity to fight more.
Okay, well.
And the rules of Fight Club say that multiple fights have to happen at one time.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see you fight with more people.
Well, and fights will go on as long as they have to.
Yes. So you did good, kid.
We're glad you participated in the first ever Twitter Fight Club.
Yes.
There will be more, trust me,
Lots more.
because I cannot hold my tongue sometimes.
No.
And even Taylor may be seen on Twitter.
What does it say? Rule number 8. If you didn't fight this time, fight next time.
Truth.
So I will be fighting next time.
So what did you think about Twitter Fight Club? Let us know on all our socials.
Awesome. And as a reminder, we have bi-weekly show uploads on Wednesdays. Season 4, episode 10 will be on June 28th.
Hey guys, thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Strive Nation podcast with your hosts, Cory, Estreen, and Taylor Huff.
Make sure you follow us on all social media platforms at Strive Nation Pod on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Join us for our next episode in 2 weeks. And remember, when the world is upside down, Strive Nation is right side up for you guys. Have a good week.